Hey guys, AngryJoe here, and I am with the creator of Cyberpunk and the associate design director for the game. I just got out of a 45-minute demo, and if you guys are wondering what I thought, wow, that's what I think.
I guess we pass.
Yeah.
Yes, you passed. From what I've seen so far, you passed. Now, there were a few surprising things to me. I don't know why I expected it to be dark or at night or something like that, but it's actually kind of bright. At least that particular demo was in the daytime. Will we see stuff in the night still?
Oh yeah, you'll definitely see stuff in the night.
Okay, so there's a whole different club kind of vibe and a whole different thing that comes with the nighttime, right?
I think we've said before, but the game's going to have a full day-night cycle, full weather system as well.
Hell yes.
Which means one of the cool things about it is that you're going to not just see that day, night, but you're also going to see dawn, dusk, bad weather, good weather, acid rain, you name it.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff's going to happen.
That's freaking awesome. So this it's like a mixture of all the best from a lot of different games, and I'm just shocked that that's real, right? That wasn't scripted.
No, of course, the whole thing was completely playable.
And yeah, they actually had me sit next to a dude who he was running the demo. It was on controller.
Well, he was actually Wukash. He's a ex-pro Counter-Strike player, so he was nailing some good cool moves, right?
Yep. But okay, so let's talk a little bit about this Cyberpunk world. Do you think that they've nailed this world?
Fucking A, dude.
Hell yeah.
They nailed it.
They did.
They nailed it. It's like they poured it in. You know, the part where they stick the port into her head? You know, they stuck the port in my head and got everything out.
Hell yes, that is huge.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, guys, I'm serious, and with the world so fleshed out and what you've built, I think all that extra development time or time that would have been creating that, you guys get to focus on building it, refining it, and turning it into fun gameplay mechanics.
I mean,
can you talk a little bit about the decision to do this first-person perspective? Because I guess just the perception because of Witcher 3 is that it would be third person or something. But
yeah, I mean, like from when we were building the world up and we're kind of like looking at the lore that Mike's created, and we know that Night City is going to be on an epic scale. It's going to have massive skyscrapers. It's going to have. We really wanted to make the feeling of like you being oppressed. It's a dystopian society and with lots of atmosphere. So we really wanted to, the best way for it, we experienced to kind of soak all that in, to have all the detail and kind of immerse you in that world was from the first person perspective. I mean, all of the decisions we've made on the narrative perspective and from a gameplay perspective have been built into the idea of being first person. So all of the cyberware that you have, like as you saw, we represent that on the HUD. It's like we're not. From a third-person perspective, we didn't feel like we could create that immersive experience that we know that the Cyberpunk game and genre kind of like deserves, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I can add something to that. When I first saw the demo, when we were first walking through it, there was a scene that made me realize exactly why you wanted to have it first person. I was walking to a car, and I was about to get in, and I heard some guy talking about his girlfriend out of the corner of my ear. And it was just like one of those conversations that you have on the street. You hear somebody in the background or saying something like, "Oh, then I murdered them," you know, or something. And I went, I want to find out what just happened. I don't have enough information. I want to turn. I want to stop right now and see this. Well, the whole point of it is, particularly in an incredibly urban environment, is stuff happens around your perception all the time. And if you're above and out of it and you're just driving a puppet around, you don't get that same feeling you get of being in the place, picking up data, looking at opportunities. Stuff when you are in it impacts you.
Yeah.
Stuff when you're above it or outside of it is tactical information.
Yeah, and definitely it really seems like the intimidation when you're walking into these really seedy areas, it feels more cramped because you have that perspective. And when these punks get up in your face to try to intimidate you, it has more effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you guys were going for? I think it was the right decision.
We've kind of obviously we had the conversation and scene system from Witcher 3 from the where we're doing lots of cuts between the characters. But in Cyberpunk, because we're first person, we've kind of tried to build the narrative into the world, not necessarily have cutscenes, but like everything should be seamless, and it should feel like when I'm entering one of these scenes that I'm actually entering it, and like these guys actually are dangerous, and it's like it should all be flowing and seamless. So.
I said the same thing when you guys made Witcher 3. You guys just need to take that demo and put it online because that was amazing. You guys have so here's the thing. I play all these types of sci-fi games, and I've always wanted a game, and there's been good ones. There's been Deus Ex, and some that have never even come out that I was like, oh my gosh, it would, like Prey 2. This takes all of that, and it's the thing that I asked for. Like, I want to go there. You know, oh yeah, this is a great, you know, sort of linear experience, and it tells a great story, but I would also like that. Plus, I want to drive over there.
Yeah, we've kind of tried to combine the best of
Yeah.
And
both.
it's like it's an open world. This
Yeah.
thing, you can
Oh, yeah.
go there.
You can
Not
go
only that,
everywhere.
but you can go three-dimensional.
I know,
That's the part
that's
that
what
blows
blows
my
me
mind,
away.
is, you know, it's not just like I can go out and straight,
Yeah.
you know, ride robo roach as I now call him, all the way
we
out.
call them Roachster.
Yeah, roadster. But I like
Roadster.
that. But on top of it, yeah, that three-dimensional quality. For me, one of the things I've always imagined in Night City is basically standing on like the 45th floor of something and
my
watching
God.
the sun going down and hearing like the gunshots in the distance and looking out and seeing the AVs going by. And I can get that
And now we're gonna get
now
it.
you can get it.
That's
you know.
amazing. Hell yeah.
And
And
it works that way because it gets you the place more than it gets you the game even.
There's a big long, we've compiled a big long list of all the points. We put it in the description of all the nitty gritty of what was there, what the game is. So I just want to ask you some other questions, interesting questions, to get some more information. Like, what is your favorite character that you've seen them develop, and that, you know, is it all your characters that they're develop, or did they create some new ones that you like?
They've created some new ones,
Yeah.
which I like Dexter and people like that.
Yeah.
But in addition, what I'm looking forward to is some of the characters that were in the fiction that you haven't seen yet. You know, you haven't seen. Well, I'm giving too much away if I give some of these characters.
You can see,
But we're-
that was
sorry.
a good question to ask. Tell us.
I mean,
It'll be all right.
But-
we have reference to like I said when we were talking in the
Well, like Johnny.
demo, Johnny
Silverhand, for example, is one of our faves. Actually, I really like the feminine version of V.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. My son and I were talking about it on the way back. We'd seen the original demo. And we went, "God, she's got an awesome voice. and
Yes.
she just carries it." And
I know. I think
like
I'm gonna be
the
her.
character. You know,
Which
it's like-
I never do that. I always create my own character. I'll probably. Well, here's what's great is that you could do multiple playthroughs because it does actually result in different paths. You can take things differently.
Yeah.
So in the demo, we saw sort of they tried to go in peacefully. They used sort of their charm in order to do it. Eventually, there's a little bit of a betrayal, and you go into combat. But can you tell us like how we could have done that differently?
I mean, sure, like we got the money from the Militech agent when we made the deal, obviously, but we could have got that money ourselves. If we want, like,
And then
complete-
just
yeah,
left?
And then just left out completely.
And never had seen
No,
that
never seen it.
amazing
Mhm.
scene.
Scene, yeah.
See, that's cool, but I don't know why anybody would do that because what they created there was awesome. But that
It's-
is what I
it's
like.
totally
They
optional.
should have shown that in the demo just to really shock everybody and like, okay, we're gonna cut it and we're gonna try a different one,
Yeah,
or we're but
And we could go in, obviously, when we're actually getting to the Maelstrom hideout, we could just decide, yeah, you know what, screw it, we're just going to go and shoot everybody. Like, it's really, it's up to the player. We really want to give choice. It's the CD Projekt Red tradition. It's like how we make games, giving narratives choice, and also gameplay choice as well, right? So we don't want to just, in Witcher we obviously had Geralt, and he had a cool range of abilities, but we're trying to make it even, we want to do more for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
We have so many cool roles that Mike created in the 2020, so we want to really work on that.
And another thing that's amazingly cool is in this day of more internet connection, what's going to happen is somebody will go down one of those paths and they're going to go, "You didn't see Royce and those guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man!" And then everybody's going to run over there and they're going to replay. And because of the nature of the design, choices matter, and you just can't do it in a linear fashion, which means there are going to be people exploring every which way, and they're going to find certain things don't work.
Yeah.
They're going to go, "Well, yeah, I can do this as V in this version of V, but this other incarnation had a different life path and
Right.
a different background." So it's going to have this sense of personalization
Yeah.
for every damn run you do.
Exactly, especially with the flowing class system where it's not, you're not locked into one thing, you can do
We are
whatever
really
you want.
proud of
I was really happy to see that the mature take that Witcher, is known for is here in this game. There's nudity. It's in your face. Okay, we got some boobies up in the face.
A couple of times.
But hey, that's the way you found her, and we need to get her out of here and exfil her immediately.
I mean, that's
so
the thing. We don't want to put nudity in there for no reason.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
narrative purpose.
Oh
for
no,
it.
yeah, exactly. But I'm happy to see that you guys aren't shying away from that and the mature content. Can you talk a little bit about? I noticed sort of a relationship or a little romance. Are we gonna get like romance
Yeah,
options
of
in the
course.
game?
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of
Wow.
romance.
Okay.
And you can take people back for one night stands, like the.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
All
we have,
right,
like,
hey, live how you want. We're not gonna judge, right?
Obviously, and
Hey.
it works for both male and female V. So.
We wrote it in the original. You're going to get to do it in this game.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just like we. As you saw, the flow through the demo in the opening sequence is quite linear because it's the very start of the game, and we wanted to really bring that kind of epic combat feel and like making sure it feels dynamic and everything like that. But as you're progressing through the game, we really want to open that up. So basically, and it's the same thing as what we did in Witcher 3, where we had like the opening section, which you can't to teach the player the game, and we're kind of doing the same thing here, more linear to begin with, and as we unlock more and more abilities, additional pathways through the level design open up as well, right? So we don't want to just have linear level design. We want to have like choices.
Exactly.
I want to approach it in this way. I want to
People that have never gone on
Yeah,
that particular path, and that was in your previous
yeah.
game, so I know and I believe in you
And
guys
one
that
of,
you can
one of
do
my
that.
ambitions, which I really want us to be able to do,
Yeah.
and it's something that we're working hard on, is kind of to bring this kind of Metroidvania style. You can go back to the meat factory, and then maybe if you have a new ability, discover something which has cool loot in it.
Yes,
like the kind of
that was
And
another
that was
thing
the unlock on it.
Yeah.
that I saw, the inspection mechanic. Oh, I'm so in love with that kind of stuff. Like Tomb Raider, they had this nice
yeah.
mechanic where you look at something, you learn something
yeah.
more.
So as well as
it
you
makes everything. It makes the world feel more alive because at any moment you can run into something in the trash or pick it up, or something hiding in a shelf or a safe, and then there's this little mini game to look at it and learn information. That's in this game.
Yeah,
As
and we
well as
have-
calculating the usability of that thing later on.
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
that you can
So
look
it can,
at it
like-
and go, I've got this, can I use it later?
Yeah.
So your inventory is going to shift based on what you know.
Hell yeah.
And we we have a lot of optional ways to solve quests, and depending on what skills you have, you can get more information about from an item from the inspection system than if you don't have that. So
And it's
so
that
you-
investigation
and you can, yes,
gameplay
exactly. and you can
from-
basically shortcut your way through a quest based on how much you investigate items and scenes.
Exactly, and we noticed a little bit in that impressive boss battle. It's good to see that not only is there good gunplay, but there's also unique bosses that have different attacks. But there was a point where you could figure out a boss's weakness via your augmentations, and that's another thing that ties into the first-person perspective. You could just immediately scan and see it. It doesn't have to zoom in or
And
anything like
Your
that.
data really locks into where you are, and your situational awareness is real.
And I think one of the important things for us is that we want to create a grounded world and like a grounded experience. So we don't want it took us a long time to get
Yeah.
to the point where we were installing the scanner, but it was like it was showcased in a way where it has a meaning to you. It's like it wasn't just like, oh yeah, you've unlocked the ability to scan people. Like a guy takes out your eye and then puts
And
a scanner
that was
inside,
really
and
cool,
then-
too.
Something happens.
And you
So-
saw your eye. You're
so
moving with
walking
your
it
eye.
away.
So every meaningful mechanic you get in the game will be giving in a meaningful way. It won't be just like, oh, you can
That was
put-
harrowing. That was a little jarring, and that was the guy that we trust.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys were saying you could go to shadier
yeah.
places
Yeah, we're a lot
with
shadier.
some like crazy.
That's what I like about it.
Hell yeah.
One thing I do want to address
Yeah.
that you brought up sort of last time, and that is that you were saying about the different combinations of kind of game structures like that.
Yeah.
That was intentional from the beginning of the 2020 universe. I described when I built Night City as I'm building Disneyland in the dark future, and that was to give you the maximum number of possibility of fields. It wasn't all going to be a particular way the world operated, but you went from one neighborhood to another neighborhood. You went from one time to another. For example, in 2020, we used to have encounter tables, we still do, but we have encounter tables for areas, but we also have times of day and how they change. So you can be going to the corporate center during the day and it's bright and it's sunny and there's guys in suits and AV's landing and a whole bit like that. don't be there at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
When, suddenly you hear the laughter of like one of the booster gangs coming out and you go realize, oh great, it's Crazy Clowns again.
Yeah.
That's the part that I like, is that everything is texturally built to not elicit just one kind of cyberpunk, but many kinds.
You nailed it there, because if I were to use other games, like I'm saying Witcher, you could see inspirations in there, the investigations, the open world, a little bit of inspiration or feeling of a Deus Ex, but you can actually go there, pray to these sort of bounty hunting kind of thing, this idea of futuristic Blade Runners from the movie, like it's all here, guys. And I'm relatively new to the Cyberpunk universe, even though I know a lot because my friends play, that I think that I cannot wait to immerse myself in this world and play a long time. Which, how long is this game? Is it substantial?
I mean, it's substantial, yeah. You will not be disappointed. 20,
30 hours?
Just think Witcher.
40,
Witcher time.
And then plus this has, if I'm understanding, it has almost more replayability than The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for sure, you can. I mean, like we said, you have,
because it's not just the main storyline things that can change, but also the individual missions and the combat. Because obviously, Geralt has a specific ways to fight, but here you could be RoboCop, you could be that girl from the trailer with the blade arms and crawling on the walls. It's crazy.
Yeah. See, the thing that's beautiful about it is, with Geralt, you're playing a Witcher, and that's your job description. You do that thing, you do it really well. But here you can approach this in so many different ways as almost different characters. So it's much wider, because even the same event, even the same set, the same thing will be different because of who you are in the game.
I think bikes.
Yes, motorcycles.
Motorcycles are in the game.
Like Akira style stuff.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was looking forward to seeing the bike again.
Yeah,
it's not in this particular
not
demo.
this one. Maybe for another one.
Yeah.
Any difficulty options?
Yeah, of course. We'll have the same kind of difficulty options that we had in previous games we've made.
Okay. Let me see. Can you just go ham with melee, or?
Yes, we have full melee system.
Full melee system. Yeah. So if we want to recreate
carrying,
Lord Two Shanks, Other Joe loves to play just blades.
If you want to have a katana and chop people up, it's totally. And we have good melee enemies.
Guys,
this
is. Are you not excited? I am the most excited.
I want to play it.
Hell yeah!
I mean, I gotta wait.
Well, you've got to play this. Come on.
I'm playing it. I want to play it now, but they won't give it to me.
We keep asking him to do interviews. So.
Yeah.
Give me the demo.
Thank you so much for giving me this interview.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
man.
much,
It's
guys.
great.
It's really awesome. Seriously, I cannot wait for you guys to show them more. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe show. Bye. Guys.